Now, as Uganda goes to the polls on Thursday, January 15th, the ruling National Resistance Movement, NRM, will once again be having President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as its candidate, who has been ruling Uganda since January 1986, making him the longest-serving president, not only in Uganda, but in the vast Eastern Africa. Now, so who is this man and how has he been in power for 40 years now and counting? NTV senior reporter Duncan Khaemba brings us his profile. This man, Museveni.
So that is how we divide.
82-year-old President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Tibuhaburwa is both a war and political hardened leader. A former military intelligence man who has served as Uganda's 8th president, having been in office since January 1986. Born in September 1944, Museveni, who studied political science at University of Dar es Salaam, started chasing power in 1972 at the age of 28, when he participated in the failed coup against President Idi Amin Dada. In 1973, he officially launched the Front for National Salvation, FRONASA, while in exile, to fight Idi Amin's brutal dictatorship. In 1979, FRONASA, together with other formations like Kikosi Maalum, teamed up with the Tanzania military, forming Uganda National Liberation Front, UNLF, which successfully toppled Idi Amin. In 1980, Museveni contested for presidency on the Uganda Patriotic Movement Party, but claimed electoral fraud after returning president Apollo Milton Obote, who Amin had dislodged from power, won the election. Dissatisfied and discontent, Yoweri Museveni joined forces with others and formed the National Resistance Movement, NRM. Went to the bush and waged an armed struggle through its military wing, the National Resistance Army, NRA, against the Obote administration in February 1981. After 5 years, on 26th January 1986, NRM captured the capital, Kampala, after Obote had been overthrown through a military coup by his own army commanders in July 1985, with Tito Okello Lutwa taking charge. But months later, he himself was swept aside by Museveni's forces on January 26. 4 days later, on January 30th, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was sworn in as Uganda's president, a seat he has held for 40 years now. His leadership that began with a hostile military takeover but later transitioned into an election system following constitutional amendments in 2005 which removed term limits. Then the 2018 controversial changes to the law that removed age limits. This tag team of changes to the Supreme Law have worked to hand him a through pass to extend his rule. He was first elected directly in 1996 and has contested in all subsequent elections after every 5 years, namely 1996, 2011, 2016 and 2021.
Museveni, who is the matron?
If he wins the 2026 polls, that would mark his 7th term at the helm of the East African nation. This means literally all Ugandans under 40 years, who are the majority, have never lived under the rule of any other president apart from Museveni. To put into context, Museveni has led Uganda when Kenya has had 4 different presidents: Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, Emilio Mwai Kibaki, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, and now William Samoei Ruto. In the same 4 decades, Tanzania has had Presidents Ali Hassan Mwinyi, Benjamin Mkapa, Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, John Pombe Magufuli, and now Samia Suluhu Hassan. Those who have attempted to challenge the long-time president include Uganda's veteran opposition leader Dr. Kizza Besigye, who mounted serious campaigns 4 times in 2001, 2006, 2011 and 2016 on a Forum for Democratic Change FDC party ticket before giving up. He was seized in an abduction-style manner in Nairobi in November 2024 and has been in detention for over 1 year until now, effectively locking him out of the 2026 race. In 2021, Museveni's main challenger was Uganda's youthful pop star and lawyer turned politician, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, also known as Bobi Wine. In that election, President Yoweri Museveni garnered 6.04 million votes, while his main opponent, Bobi Wine, secured 3.63 million votes, with a 59.35% voter turnout in an election that was contested. If Museveni wins the January 15th polls, the perennial president will extend his rule beyond 40 years, setting a new record in the region, having beaten his own.
You want another rap? You want another rap?
Duncan Haimba, NTV.
You want another rap?
You want another rap? Let's see whether the Ugandans will say yes, Sebo, tomorrow. And we shall be covering it as much as we can in light of there being the internet shutdown, as well as there being the suspension of various communication capabilities. That means even our sister channel, City Media House, that's NTV Uganda, as well as Daily Monitor, KFM, will not be able to give us the updates as efficiently as we'd want, but we shall be here to make sure that we give the updates as we get them.